Today we're out collecting pine sap. We're going to be collecting it. We'll show you the equipment, show you how to collect it, and later on we'll be making a couple of different things out of the pine sap. So if you want to see that, hang around. So yeah, here we are out here. Here we're out here, like I said, we're collecting pine sap. Really useful thing. You can make all sorts of glues and varnishes from it. You can make sealants, and you can make lollies and medicinal salves. So that's what we're going to do. Call it an urban survival thing if you want.
Yeah.
Kids are out here with us.
Hi.
Call it an urban survival thing if you want. We're not preppers, you know, that's a pretty fashionable thing these days. In the past, people just looked after themselves and they were resourceful. And that's why I got the kids out here doing this, to be resourceful. Anyway, hopefully you hang around, you get something useful out of it. I'll stop here and have a quick talk about the equipment we've got. Alright, so this here we call a dump pouch. They usually roll up, used by military type people for spare ammunition or for short-term needs. I've got one too. Now what we've done, because we're collecting pine sap, some of it will be sticky, we've actually stuck a milk container with the top cut off inside so that it doesn't get ruined, because I will use this for either spent shotgun cartridges for reloading or for stripper clips for my rifle, because I'm stuck in 1887 technology and 1880s, I think 1886. So yeah, it's not spare magazines for me. So the other thing is, we need a knife to pry it off. Get your knife there and get it out, give us a look. There we go, so that's a Moila knife that we'll review. It's a clip point. I haven't been around clip points a real lot. It's our first knife. I know common conventional wisdom is that you give kids folding knives, but we've seen a kid that didn't like the knife open properly and it closed on his fingers. We said no, well, conventional wisdom can go jump in the lake basically. So that's the one we've got for her. Fixed blades now for the kids. And the young fella, he's got his hatchet here, which that'll be a subject of a series of videos. It was a stock hatchet and we've reshaped it, given it a straight blade rather than a curved one, taken a chunk out of there so that he can grasp it and choke up really high for fine carpentry work. And he did a great job of rubbing clothing dye into the handle and rubbing beeswax over the top of it, so the clothing dye stained it green. So drop it down on the grass, mate. So a little bit harder to notice. That project's not complete yet. We've still got to repaint the head, do a bit more shaping on that head. And we polished the back of it, so rounded the back of it, and then it needs a polish. So it's like a traditional Swedish hunter's hatchet. And they use that to smack the pelt, deer pelt, to help it get out without cutting it. So that's our equipment. And yeah, got my knife here too. That's it there. That's a tops knife. It's especially useful. We're doing urban stuff and there is rule of law. The S has not hit the fan. So everyone here is a hoplophobe, and by hoplophobia I mean an irrational fear of weapons. And so at least this knife is not pointy. You're not stabbing anyone with this. And so it's an excellent knife. It's a bomb-proof knife. Normally having a point on your knife is useful. It's not going to scare people with the point. Now as an all-rounder knife, I would want a knife with a point because it's sometimes useful. But here, the less chances people have to call the police, and yes, I can get in trouble with the police for carrying a knife, because it's that sort of place. Hopefully one day people will wake up. But yeah, it's a good knife for this job. Two pine trees, just what we're looking for. around the ridge. Bit of a bonus surprise. What we have here is a tea tree, or a paperbark tree. I think some people call it a manuka or a melaleuca. Melaleuca, I think. Lots of medicinal uses, but I understand this has become a bit of a pest in the southeast swamps in the United States, and it's spread, and it does like rich soil and wet areas. Pretty wet here. And when it worries firefighters because it goes up in a heap of black smoke and it's oil rich, and yes, it's very oil rich. The oil from this is really great medicine. They get, I think, from boiling leaves. And it goes up with black smoke. But I fought bushfires myself here, and this stuff goes out too. Anyhow, the reason it's a bit of a bonus for us today, why it's called a paperbark tree, is because the bark is like paper. It comes off in sheets like this, and it's also oil rich, and that will take a spark just like it is. If you fluff it up, it'll do even better, like scratch the surface a bit, but I've got there with a 13 rod and just struck sparks onto that, and it's caught straight away like that because it's so oil rich. So yep, that was a bit of a bonus along the way, and this is why foraging is so great and teaches resourcefulness. So that was the tea tree, a paperbark tree. Talking about resourcefulness, if we had been here a few weeks ago, all of this is blackberry, and it's about the 3rd or 4th of June today. And so it's winter now, the blackberries have fallen and they're about to lose their leaves. They're losing them a little bit later, which is interesting to note. But yeah, 3 or 4 weeks ago, it all would have been in fresh fruit. And beyond that, as you can see, there's all the reeds. If you want natural fibre to make cords, and that's the stuff for you. And further on, can't see them very well, just at the now at the left edge of frame, now centre, willow trees. So willow trees make the decoctions, that's what aspirin's derived from. So if you've got headaches in the scrub and you happen to be around willow trees, you can get some relief. Not the same as modern pharmaceuticals, but some relief. I'll get closer. There you go, dormant willow trees. So of course naturally in spring that'll all come back. And here we have eucalyptus or gum trees. I understand there are lots of uses, I don't know most of them. What I do know is that it makes great firewood. So there's that. Here we have the ever variable Tamar River, home of some of my more silly and infamous exploits. We made it to these pine trees, and as you can see, this one is completely inundated with blackberries. So that's a real shame. I'm not dragging the kids through that and scratching them like silly for the sake of a couple of spoonfuls of pine sap. The other tree is in not much of a better situation. That's the tree there, and we've just got, it's got a wall of buckberry around it. Do it. No. Come, I'll show you. Now this tree, because he's growing up, there's not many trees to the north, or even to the northeast of him, and nothing to the west. So he gets lots of sunlight. So trees are like people. If you give them a chance to be lazy, they will. So this guy, he hasn't had to grow very high because he gets lots of sun. So he's just growing very low with lots of branches really low. Strange approach, but that's the way it is, and that's why this one's like it is. You see other ones that are actually in the bush, so they've got a big tall trunk and not many branches. So that's why that one's like it is. Now we'll get closer and we'll see what sap's on it.
I might climb.
Here we have a hawthorn bush with berries on it. Berries are called haws, spelt H-A-W, maybe E-S, I'm not sure. So that's worth grabbing as well. And so on they go. So that's a fungus. I don't know what sort of fungus that is, but as they all say, you don't know exactly what breed of fungus that is. Really bad juju to go mucking around with it. So I got some footage of it. I might look it up, but it's not that common a thing. It's not something that I would try to learn to be reliant on. So maybe time down the track I'll check it out. But yeah, it's amazing what happens when you put boots on the ground and actually have a close look rather than just driving around. Okay, so there you have it. We've had a bit of a stroll. We've found some paperbark for tinder, come across some hawthorn, come across what would be great firewood, especially some downed branches off oak trees. As for pine sap, we didn't encounter a great deal. Lots of very tiny pieces. We weren't willing to climb. There's about another 12 trees, large trees, further down the road. But yeah, it's about to get dark. It's getting cold, so we're going to pull the pin, so to speak. I'll close saying that the Rolling Stones put it best, that you can't always get what you want. So yeah, anyone got any further suggestions and all that, please let me know in the comments down below there. Aside from that, you know, every YouTuber loves it when you like and you subscribe, you hit that notification button and all that, share it around. We know that there'll be more sap in the spring. It's early winter here, so such is life. We got some exercise and got some berries to boil up for something nice. Those berries, that's haws, they're apparently high in pectin, so great for setting off desserts, jellies and things like that. So anyway, have a good one and I'll see you on the next one.
Bye. Hope you enjoyed this thing.
I should add, I did see some rabbit sign and some native hens, but trapping's illegal here, and we're actually on the edge of a university campus, so I'm not going hunting around here either. Native hens are protected. Native hens, they call them turbo chooks here. They're like a small hen that runs really, really fast. I don't know why they're protected, because they're very, very thick in number.
Yeah.
But that, again, it's a bit like, you know, got to have a lawful reason to carry a knife or even a pocket knife on your person. What can I do? Maybe one day we'll all wake up. Probably too dark to see me. There's a lot of oak trees here as well, and yeah, if it was spring we'd have leaves to eat. You can feel masses of acorns underfoot as you're walking. So yep, that's another thing we could have got. But we'll come back and we'll get the sap we're after. We're going to get some pine cones as well, and that'll help us light the fireplace at home. Anyway, like we said, see you on the next one.